Welcome to the fourth and final lesson of Date Several Women Simultaneously, No Hiding or Drama. In this lesson, we're going to cover the most important part of this. Now, all the other lessons were important. They're all equally important. But all the other phases and cardinal rules we're building to what we're going to talk about right now, and this is phase 3. And in phase 3, this is when, as I've discussed in prior lessons, the implicit phase doesn't work anymore. She asked about where is this going or what kind of relationship is this, and you've been dodging the question or telling her it's too soon to talk about it, and you've been putting it off, and finally, 3 to 5 months, she says, look, fuck that. I want an answer. This is bullshit. However she communicates that, every woman is different. Maybe she's a little nicer and uses nicer language. But she doesn't take this anymore. She doesn't take this dodging or changing the subject or refusing to answer questions anymore. She did for 3 to 5 months. She doesn't now. Now, one thing about this, what if she does this well before 3 months? If she's under the age of 33 and she does this huge demand thing way before the 3-month mark, you fucked up. You didn't do the cardinal rules correctly. You didn't do phase 1 or phase 2 correctly, the EFA phase, the implicit phase. You screwed up somewhere, and in most cases, I've worked with a lot of guys about this. When I say you screwed up, they immediately go, oh yeah, well, I didn't do that, and I didn't do this, I did see her more than once a week, and I didn't, and we did talk about the relationship, and yeah, okay, that's why this is so important to follow everything I talked about in the prior lessons, because this will not work, and this is what locks her in for the long, long-term future. Phase 3 is called the talk, but it won't work if you haven't done all the other stuff perfectly. Cool? Cool. Or if she demands an answer well before 3 months. Now, if she's over 33, or for certain countries like Russia, she may demand a little sooner. Way it goes. You need to make a decision what kinds of women you date or what kinds of women you want to date, and you take the pros, the good with the bad. And I like women over 33. I married a woman over 33. I'm not making a comment about that. There's just pros and cons to older women, pros and cons to younger women, pros and cons to Western women, pros and cons to Russian women, pros and cons to Asian women. Beyond the scope of this course, you get my point. Anyway, here's how this works. But again, I'm going to repeat one more time. This will not work if you have not done phase 1, phase 2, and the cardinal rules correctly, as we discussed in the prior lessons. I want you to get this, okay? Because if this doesn't work, it's because you fucked up at some point several weeks ago. Cool? Cool. All right. Phase 3 is called the talk. And the talk is when you finally verbalize what she already knows. That's an important point. Sometimes people will hear this advice, and especially women, they'll say, you're lying to women. No, we're not lying to women. What did I say? We never lie. We're just not going to give details about what we're doing. And we're going to show that we're evidence of other women. We're doing the opposite of lying. We're just not coming out and saying, yes, I fucked someone else besides you on Wednesday. Women already know at this point you're fucking other women. If you're doing everything we just talked about, phase 1, phase 2, and the cardinal rules, she knows you're fucking other women. You are not deceiving her. Women know. Women are very smart about this stuff. They know. Women are not stupid. They're far more intuitive than men. So in the talk, phase 3, you're going to verbalize what she already knows, that you're going to have sex, that you are having sex with other women. And moreover, you're going to continue to have sex with other women for the rest of your life, with or without her. Okay? Here's how this works. She says, I'm not taking this anymore. I want to know an answer. I want to know where this is going. I don't want you to waste my time. Whatever she says. Here's what you do. You say, if it's more than 3 months, okay? If it's under 3 months, she's not ready. If it's more than 3 months, you say, you know what? You're right. We should talk about this. Now, what you don't do is talk about it in the moment. She might say this to you on a crowded city street in the middle of New York City. That's not the time to have this talk. She might say this when you're having dinner at a restaurant, or when you're going to see a movie, or you're in the car. No. You don't just immediately do this right because she asks. We're going to do this under our conditions to make sure it works. You want to raise the odds of probability of this working. So you say, if you're in a scenario where this isn't going to work, you say, you know what, you're right. When you come over on Friday, let's talk about that. Because you're right, we should talk about that. She'll love that. Oh, good, thank God. Okay, now, where you have the talk. You have the talk quietly when you two are alone. Either her place or your place, doesn't matter, but you gotta be alone. You can't have other people around. Not the restaurant, not over the phone, not in the car, in a quiet environment, in your place or her place when no one else is around. Now, if you're already there and she puts her foot down, then you can make a decision if you want to do it then. That's up to you. Number one. Number two, you got to do this on a day you're feeling good. This is going to be a little scary for you, especially if you're new to this. It's going to be tricky. You might fuck this up. So if you had a really horrible day at work, if you have a really stressful day, if you're feeling sick or you're tired or hungover, don't do that. Reschedule for a different day. Make sure that you're feeling pretty good. Number three, she has to have a normal state of mind. If she had let's say you schedule this for Friday night, and she had a horrible day at work and her mom screamed at her and she's on her period, not a good time for the talk. She'll be like bitching and moaning. It's like, all right, what are we going to talk about? No. You say, you know what? I don't want to have this talk with that don't say you, technique. When you're in that frame of mind, you say, when we're in this frame of mind, let's talk about it tomorrow. Cool? But you said, I know I said that, but you're having a stressful day today. Let's not discuss important stuff about you and me. When we had let's talk about it tomorrow. You may have to do that if she had a bad day. Okay? Now, assuming all that's good, you're in an environment, quiet, alone with her, you're in a decent mood, good mood or neutral mood, she's in a good mood or neutral mood, you have the talk. Here's what you say in a nutshell. I call it the Disney sandwich. Okay? So what women want from men, especially when they're dating them, not friends with benefits, is the Disney fantasy. We're going to get married. Or whatever version of marriage she has if she's a left-winger. We're going to get married. We're going to settle down. And we're going to get a house and have a fence. And we're going to have 2 kids. And we're going to have a really cute dog. And then I can put a picture of him on Facebook and my Instagram. And all my friends say, oh, he's really cute. And I got to introduce him to my mom. That's called Disney. Okay, now you may want that too. Maybe later, maybe now. I don't know. But that's what women definitely want. Okay? So what we're going to give her is a Disney sandwich. We're going to give her the Disney. Then we're going to give her the negatives in the sandwich. They're going to end with Disney. Instead of bread, it's Disney with some negative shit in the middle. A shit Disney sandwich. So here's how this works. You're going to say, start with Disney. Hey, Sally. I'll use a 1970s name. Hey, Sally, I really like you. I think about you a lot. I'm always excited to see you. We have such a great chemistry together. We're good together. I have such good thoughts about our future together. Don't say this stuff, by the way, if it's not true. I'm assuming it's true, but if it's not true, again, on the cardinal rules, don't lie. Do not lie at any point during the talk. Say whatever you're really feeling. If you're in love with her by now, 5-6 months in, you can tell her, I love you. I'm going to be honest, I love you. I've fallen in love with you, I love you. If you don't love her, please don't say it. Don't lie. But give her all the positivity you can about how you feel about her. If you have long-term future plans with her, you can say this, I envision a long-term future with us. I mean, at some point I want to settle down a few years. I want kids in a few years. I see that possibly for us. Now, if you don't see that with her, don't say that. You get my point? But whatever you can give her, give it to her. Good. Awesome. I care about you. I love being with you. I want to be with you forever. See if okay, whatever. Okay? Then you say, here's the problem. Don't say here's the problem. Sorry. You say, but I'm not a monogamous guy. Monogamy is not a thing I do. I'm a man. I don't do that. And I'm never going to be 100% monogamous. So if you and I are together, there will always be 1 or 2 other women out floating around out there somewhere. And that's kind of how you say it. You don't say there'll be another girlfriend or another wife. There'll be 1 or 2 other women floating around out there somewhere. Okay? Now, I like you, but I'm being honest with you. There's always going to be, other women in the picture somewhere. And you kind of leave it nebulous like that. You get into specifics later. Okay? And I'm going to be like this the rest of my life. And I've had this talk with anyone. I'm going to be like this well into my 70s and 80s. Because some women say, well, he's like this now. But once he starts to like me, and I flash his tits in his face, and I kiss his ass and suck his cock, well, then he'll want to be monogamous to me. You need to get that out of your head. I'm going to be like this. I'm like this now. I'm going to be like this forever. Into my old age. I'm never going to change. I want to be honest with you. Then you say, but I care about you, or I love you, and then more Disney. I want to be with you the rest of my life. It's fantastic. We have the greatest talks. And more Disney again. Disney, negative, Disney. Okay? Give her more Disney, as much as you can, because she's not going to like this. You think she's going to have a good time with this cock? No, she's not. Okay? Then you end with, now look, I really want to be with you. I care about you. I love you, XYZ. But if this is a deal breaker for you, this is what you say. If this is a deal breaker for you, I understand. I won't like it. I'm going to feel devastated. I'm going to have a really bad month if you don't want to see me anymore. It's going to really hurt me because I love you, care about you, want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. Okay? But if you don't want to do this, if this is just a deal breaker for you, I understand. And if that's what you want, I won't like it. You can say this, I won't like it, but I'll let you go. I hope you do. I hope you stay with me. I hope you do. I want you to. But if this is a deal breaker for you, if this is not something you can do, I'll let you go. It's very important you say, I'll let you go. Very important if this is a deal breaker. Very important to say, I won't like it. Because what I used to do is say, hey, if you don't like this, I'll let you go. I understand. You don't care about me? And so I had to add in there, I will feel bad if you go. I don't have a lot of empathy compared to a lot of men. So there you go. All right? So be sure to say, I don't want you to go. I will feel bad. I will have a bad month. Well, that probably will be true. You probably won't like it. Right? So all those elements. Okay, here's what's going to happen. 90% probability of success if she's under the age of 33. If she's over the age of 33, you have about a 65 to 70% odds of success. Here's what's going to happen in most cases. Not all, but most. She will cry a little bit. Unless she's very tough, one of these tough bitches, then she maybe won't cry. She'll just kind of, why do you have to? And she'll get pissed off, right? Most women will cry. Some women will get pissed off. What she will probably do is she will end the conversation. It's like, I need to go home, and she'll leave, okay? Let her leave. Don't say, no, don't go. Plan and expect that in this conversation, she's going to cut this off and go home. And let her go. It's like, you know what, I understand. I'm really sorry. I understand. You want a bottle of water to go? Or be nice. Let her go. Don't do, no. Let her go. Remember, outcome independent, alpha male 2.0. That's what we are here, okay? Here's what's going to happen the vast majority of the time. And I've done this many times. Thousands and thousands of men all over the world have done this many times. They'll report to you the same thing. What she'll do is she will go away and she will do what women do when they have problems in their relationship with men. She will call 1, 2, 3 of her closest female friends or family members. It could be her mom, her sister, her best friend, okay, who are probably horrible in their relationships and have been divorced 10 times. Women don't care about those things. And she'll say, he wants to fuck other girls. Now, here's what's going to happen. The woman's going to say, well, is he an asshole? Well, no, he's not an asshole. Oh. Well, is the sex bad? No, the sex is great. Well, has he ever treated you bad? No. Well, has he ever lied to you? No. Some women are going to say, fuck that guy, fuck him, he's an ass. That is true, that will happen. But if you followed all the cardinal rules prior to the phases, her desire for you will override what her friends say. I can tell you this from experience, vast experience, okay? However, especially in this era, a lot of women are going to say, maybe 60% or more of the women she talks to are going to say something like, well, I mean, he sounds like a great guy. He sounds like he's being honest with you. I mean, isn't that what we want from men, is for men to be honest with us and not cheat on us and give us the choice? I mean, you said he's nice. You said the sex is good. You said you really like him. He's never lied to you. He's being totally honest with you about this. I mean, sounds to me like he's being an honest guy. Awesome. So here's what's going to happen. After 1, 2, 3 days, it's 1 to 3 days, she will come back to you. She'll come and see you again. And then she'll say, all right, now, if I let you do this, then here are the rules. And she's going to give you some rules. That means you won. Boom. She's now locked in long-term for the next decade plus, because I've had women doing this for more than a decade now. I'm doing this for 20 years. She's now locked in. That is a woman's way of saying, yes, you can fuck other women. And she might give you rules like, you need to wear condoms, or this or that, or whatever. And at that point, you just negotiate the rules. Topic for another time. But that's it. Now she's locked in to you long-term. You keep maintaining the relationship. You can just add another girl and add another girl and add another girl and add another, how many women you want? And it all works. Is there more to this? Yes. What you should do, if you don't already own it, is get my book, The Unchained Man, which describes the entire alpha male 2.0 lifestyle in detail. This book has sold over 150,000 copies. Actually, a lot more than that. I kind of stopped counting at 150,000 several years ago. It goes over how to date multiple women. It goes over how to have your own location-independent business. It goes over how to have a maximum freedom-based lifestyle. There's a link somewhere around this video where you can get that book and a bundle of other stuff for super cheap, $7. This is a 550-page book because I revised it about a year ago. This is the latest, greatest stuff. This book will transform your life. If you think that, dating multiple women is a lifestyle that you want, you can duplicate that to your financial life, your travel life, your investment life, every other aspect of your life. It's a good deal. Wherever you see the link, you should get that book. It's only $7. I made it super, super cheap because it's my goal to get this book in as many men's hands as possible. I'll be honest with you. Financially, I'm in a position where I don't need to work. Okay, I don't need to work anymore. A lot of people would be upset if I retired, but I could. I do this because this is my personal mission. I like helping men. I want to help men live more free and happy lives. And a strong component of that is sexual freedom. You should be able to have sex with anyone you want, as long as they're legal and consenting. I gotta throw that in there. Legal and consenting. You should be able to have sex with anyone you want. Monogamy is never gonna make you happy. And dating multiple women, seriously, dating, girlfriend or wife, I've done all these and thousands of men have done all these. This will make you very, very happy. So I strongly recommend you click the link wherever you see it to get that book to start you on your journey. If you have any questions, you can email us at theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com, and I'm happy to help you.